Hi, welcome back to session 8. Today we're going to explore some poses that will help facilitate easier labor. So one of the really good benefits of yoga is not only to de-stress, but also to prepare your body physically, emotionally, and mentally ready for childbirth. So today we're going to do some hip opening exercises or poses that will help assist the pelvic area to prepare for labor. So the first pose you're going to come into is a seated butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together, and if your knees are very high off the ground, please sit on something higher to prop your hip up, and that helps to support your hips a little bit. And for those, if you feel like your back is really stiff, you can't really bring yourself forward, perhaps have something, a block or perhaps a stack of books to help support your hands so you're able to continue to maintain that nice space and chest in the front of the body and also the diaphragm. And as you lean forward, just feel your baby's weight leaning down towards the floor and your tailbone is pointing back. And stay here and take a few breaths. And after that, once you're done, begin to release the pose. Now there's some contraindication for this position. If you tend to feel inner thigh sore, pubic area pain, then please keep your legs crossed. This position will not be appropriate for you. The next pose is to first extend your leg out. Perhaps the left leg out, I'll be doing mirror image, and right leg in. So feel both your sitting bones evenly rooted and that you're not tilted to one side. As you lean your body forward, your body is, and your baby is moving to the center and not towards your leg. So when you're here, keep your torso upright, lengthen the chest up. If you feel that your back is rounded, bend your knees slightly to keep your chest extended to the front. And again, walk your hands forward, stay here for a few breaths to give a back release and also to prepare your hips for labor. And gradually begin to release, and you can repeat this on the other side. And release your hands forward and continue to stay here. So as we're staying here, some mothers have a tendency to shift the hips to one side or shift the weight to one side. I like to be mindful that you're keeping both your sit bones evenly rooted without tilting your hips. You also want to keep your hips stabilized in this position. And the last pose you can perform is to bring your legs out to the side. Again, if you experience inner thigh soreness or pubic area sore, this should not be performed. And walk your hands forward. So these poses can be done in the middle of the room. If you feel like you need a little bit more passive approach, you want to stay there a little longer and rest, this is what you can do. You can use a chair. So I'm just going to turn around where my chair is, bring the soles of the feet to touch, and have the chair a little farther away from you so that gives your body a little bit more space to move forward. Rest your elbows onto the chair and rest your forehead onto the back of your hands. So you should feel that your back is relatively relaxed, not rounded like this. If your back is rounded, then I encourage you to sit on something much higher so that you're able to lean your baby's weight forward. And similar to the other pose we did earlier, extend one leg out, and you can continue to stay here and rest. Both legs stretched out, and relax. You can stay here as long as you're comfortable, but I'd like you to remind you that for those who are a little bit more flexible to not hold in this position for too long, perhaps 1 minute or less will be enough, because during pregnancy, your hormones have already relaxed your hormones have softened your ligaments, and you do not want to overstretch yourself. So come into perhaps 70% or 80% of your stretching limit and not go to 100% and hold there for minutes, because that will do you more harm than good.